Welcome to the Celiac Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Lucia Cordero, and this is where we get real about life with celiac disease. Each week, I'll share practical gluten-free tips, wellness hacks, and honest conversations about the emotional side of living with an autoimmune condition. Think of this as your weekly mix of support, relatability, and inspiration to help you not just survive, but thrive with celiac. Before we dive in, just a quick reminder, I'm not a medical professional. Everything I share is based on my own experience living with celiac disease. This podcast is not medical advice, so please always consult your doctor about your own health. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Celiac Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Lucia Cordero, and we have Lex Decker in studio with us today. The face behind NYC But Gluten-Free. You guys know her, you love her, the Kris Jenner of gluten-free, as you say.
Self-proclaimed. One day, someone just DM'd me that I was. Then I was like, I like that. Can I put it in my bio? And they said yes.
I love it. It's the best. I'm obsessed with your content. I moved to New York City last April, and I feel like I was so bad at going out to restaurants because I was like, oh, like with celiac disease, it's so hard. But your page has just given me so many ideas. And I know everyone that's celiac in New York City follows you and loves your content. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for your kind words and for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay, let's get in with our segments. So first up, we have our gluten-free fave of the week.
Well, okay, I had my holiday party at Bar Primi last night, and they custom made a bunch of things that they don't normally make, so I hate to be like, this is my favorite, but they had all these pasta shapes. Normally they have penne, and their pesto is like my favorite thing ever, and they had it with the actual shape that it's supposed to be, the big fusilli noodles, and they had gluten-free meatballs, and they were the best thing ever. So I want them to bring that to the menu, and if they do, that's my favorite of the week. But if not, it's still the Bub's Bakery cinnamon roll.
Oh my God. Wait, I love that. I love when a restaurant has like the actual pasta shape that comes with a dish because you're so used to like just having the penne or just having the one gluten-free like option that they have. So that's so fun.
And they will just give you the whole box of penne. It's not even, oh, this is a cute little authentic Italian restaurant. All of our dishes are super small. And then the gluten-free one comes out and it's like a mountain of penne. It's like, oh, so you used a box of Barilla. Thank you.
Yeah.
It happens.
Totally. Okay, now let's move on to news of the week. I chose this story because you were going to be here because I was doing some stalking on your Instagram before having you on the pod. And obviously I just follow your content in general, but I saw that you have celiac disease, and then after you got diagnosed, your mom and one of your brothers also got diagnosed with celiac, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Celiac Disease Foundation just published a new study that looks at early life factors that may influence who ends up developing celiac disease in a family. And this is something I've been thinking about because both my brothers had babies this year, so we've been thinking like, oh, okay, like when should they get tested for celiac disease since it runs in the family?
Are either your brothers celiac also?
No, neither of them have it. But I don't know if they're like carriers or anything. I guess maybe they could get tested for that. I don't even know. I need to do more research. But it's just been on my mind. And this study found that babies who were breastfed in the first 6 months had a lower risk of developing celiac, which is interesting. But babies who ate gluten between 7 and 15 months had a higher risk of developing celiac, which is also interesting. But I'm also like, doesn't every baby like have gluten at some point during that time frame?
Yeah, it's like really hard to, I feel like, attribute that.
Exactly,
because it's like, okay, you're gonna give like a little like bite of something here and there. And
right.
I feel like even in like, I hate putting this in a real life situation, but like when a wife goes into the kitchen, the husband's gonna give the baby the thing the baby's not supposed to have. So like we don't even know what these kids are eating. So like how do you actually like track that?
No,
that is
totally
interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those things I'm like, is it even worth like doing the research for and like planning for and like having your kid not eat gluten versus eat gluten to trigger it or not trigger it? Or should you just like try to do the best that you can and just see what happens? I don't know.
I know that when I have kids, if that does happen, I will just let them eat gluten and like essentially like let them develop celiac or not develop it, because I hate to say it too, but like I really would just hate if they were diagnosed without ever having it. Like I want them to try it if they are able to safely try it and like have those early times in their life when they could be like, oh yeah, I ate a Cheez-It once, like don't remember but I ate it, you know.
Totally, yeah.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah, it is so interesting. Maybe more research will come out about it, but
I know all 3 of my siblings were breastfed, or me and my 2 siblings were breastfed, and we all also ate gluten. So it's interesting.
Right, yeah. Yeah, they also say that I think girls are more likely to develop it, but
I have an argument for that. And it's that in general, I think men are just so much more not diagnosed because,
interesting.
And again, not to stereotype men, but like they can't talk about their feelings. Why would they tell someone that their tummy hurts? Like, I just think there are so many undiagnosed men out there, and actually a lot of men in the space have been talking about it more and more, but they just are so underrepresented because it's like not really, I don't know, not that it's cool as a girl, but like every girl talks about their stomach problems, like we all have them.
It feels more accepted
everyone
to open
can't
up about
have dairy
it.
or it hurts their stomach or like this, that, whatever. So we talk about it, but with men, they don't talk about things like that. So when they have issues like that, I feel like they also address them less. So I feel like there are a lot more men out there that are just walking around ill and they don't know why. And they're like, oh, it's because I work too much. But it's actually because they might have celiac.
Yeah, that's such an interesting take.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I want to get into like your entire diagnosis story because we actually have so many parallels. I mean, we were talking before we started recording our parallels in wardrobe.
Yeah, literally.
Living Abercrombie. Yeah. But you were diagnosed when you were 10. I was diagnosed when I was 11.
Okay.
You shared, I think we're like the same age, 26, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we were diagnosed when it wasn't a disease that people knew about yet, really.
Exactly, yeah. And I know that you shared that you were a really sick kid and had been going to the hospital for years trying to find answers, and you were like misdiagnosed with different things. Can you take us through like what you remember from that entire journey?
Oh boy, yes. Okay. So when I was really young, like an infant, I was just ill to everything. Like I had every allergy under the sun. I was allergic to dairy. I was allergic to nuts. I had to be anaphylactic rushed to the hospital because macadamia nuts turned me blue at a family party at my house.
Oh my gosh.
I was allergic to everything. I was always sick. I spent a lot of my time at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, actually. There was one point when they thought I had cystic fibrosis because I was constantly I could never breathe. Like I always had pneumonia. I was on a nebulizer multiple times a day. I always had so much inflammation.
Like you were taken out of school and in the hospital for a while, or what do you mean?
No. So like when I finally went to school, like I would be pulled out of class multiple times to like go on the nebulizer. But yeah, I did miss just a lot of like normal things growing up. I was just always sick. I got strep throat more than anyone I knew. Even when I wasn't sick with strep throat, I was literally like okay for a week and then I would be back on some form of antibiotics. Like it was crazy. Even if I didn't have strep, they would be like, oh, your glands are so swollen. Like I was just so ill all the time. Got pneumonia like every year.
Yeah.
Every time I would get a cold, it would turn into like the worst possible thing it could turn into. Yeah. And I also had a lot of stomach problems. Like I grew up backed up. I never went to the bathroom. I didn't drink a lot of water either at the time, but I never went to the bathroom. And so we were like, why is that, happening? Like, what can we do about that?
And how did you like communicate that to your parents that you were like experiencing these
I was
issues,
just like a crying baby, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously I would, explain that I was in discomfort or like not feeling well, but I kind of was so used to it that like not feeling well for me was a normal feeling.
Right.
And every time I got strep, I like knew the signs. Like it was there. And I got my tonsils out too, and I was like, why am I still getting strep?
Yeah.
So the stomach issues though got really bad. So it started every time I ate tortellini, which was like a really thick noodle, I would feel a little funky, but it was my favorite food. And then one day I was in summer camp after going into the 4th grade, and I ate a breakfast bar, and I was in the most excruciating pain of my life. My stomach, I couldn't handle it. So I went to the bathroom. I was like panting, like holding onto the stall. I burped, and I was all better. So I was like, oh, that was so weird. Like, must be some little thing.
Yeah.
That was the summer of perpetual stomach aches. My dad was laid off at the time. It was, right after the recession. We were moving to Greenville, South Carolina. So we were actually on a multi-week road trip.
Where you're from New Jersey, right?
Yeah. Okay. And so we were eating at Perkins, Cracker Barrels. And I just remember being in the Cracker Barrel parking lot with a brown bag, like literally dying for my life, like actually brown bag breathing, like because I was in so much pain, like throwing up. So finally we were like, yeah, there's something really wrong. But to make me feel better in those situations, they were like, have some bread, soak up the vein. So I was just making it worse. So my mom was allergic to wheat when she was younger. And we were like, we finally deduced like maybe removing that, because I got an allergy test, like a blood test, and we actually didn't test for celiac off the bat, but I was allergic to everything. And that's just because I was inflamed. Like, I've always gone through ebbs and flows with allergies. And when I wasn't being a super good celiac, like I had a lot of food allergies. And so wheat did come up. And so we removed it from my diet and everything seemed to be better. So we were like, okay, she has a wheat allergy. And we kind of just like let it go. I don't know why we didn't ask more questions. But I started to feel better.
Well, you were probably just so relieved that like that was working to some extent.
Yeah. Well, then, so I did feel better because I removed wheat, and like most of gluten is wheat.
Yeah.
So winter came around, I was bringing thermoses with soup to lunch, and I was starting to get sick again. It's that barley and malt. So we were like, what's going on? So that's kind of how I got to my celiac diagnosis. But I always tell everyone I wasn't even a true celiac until I honestly started my page. Because I was so misinformed about like no doctor when you're diagnosed goes, okay, go home, get a new toaster. The gluten-free toast cannot go on the same toast. They're just like, eat gluten-free.
Right,
So I was cross-contaminating myself for years. And then in college, I was a bad little drunk sorority girl. And I was like, I didn't get sick after the pizza. Let's just keep eating it. I look back at photos of myself. I didn't even look like myself. My face was like so puffy and inflamed. I was just a stranger in my body. So
no, we had the exact same experience. Like, I didn't get serious about cross-contamination until post-grad. And I look back at photos of myself from college and I'm like I'm not like heavier, but I just look so inflamed and like my face is so puffy.
The inflammation really changes everything.
Yeah, I look like a different person. It's really crazy.
So I was the same way.
It's crazy. Gosh. Wow. Yeah. No, I haven't like met another person, I don't think, that was diagnosed like so young. I mean, I know like a lot of people out there are diagnosed young, but I feel like most people I've met in the city and stuff are diagnosed like in their adult life. Yeah. And it's such a different experience, like growing up with it, I think, and then kind of coming to terms with it as an adult after you grew up with it your whole life, and like taking it seriously for yourself and not just like your parents being like, oh, make sure you don't eat gluten. I'm like, okay, like I'm sure it's fine. It's not a big deal, Mom.
Well, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like our age was kind of tricky because we did get exposure to so many good things, and then it got taken away at a time when there weren't the alternatives that there are today. So like when someone was like, oh, you can't have Cheez-Its anymore, there's not like a knockoff Cheez-It or like anything even similar. There was nothing. Like we would just have air.
Right, yeah. No, I remember having rice cakes as a snack at 10, and I was like, these are the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. But
like, thank God they have flavors, right?
Yeah.
That's all we had. So, no, it was
totally
crazy. So when you were, I guess, diagnosed, what were your, like, symptoms that you were really indicating, like, that it was celiac? Like, was it easier for you to get to that diagnosis or your doctors to help you that way, or not really?
Like, I honestly had no idea that I was experiencing symptoms because I was just a kid and I wasn't in tune with my body, and I just thought it was normal to like feel the way that I felt all the time. Like, I definitely, looking back, had stomach issues, but I just thought it was normal. But the biggest reason why my parents took me to the doctor was because I just had really bad stunted growth. And like, I'm 5'1" now, and like my family is short, but I was like so short, like always like the shortest person in the class. And like it was to the level where my parents were like, okay, like something's going on, like we need to take her to like different specialists in the city. So I went to specialists probably for like 3 years to just do different tests and see what was going on. And like at the time, I don't know, maybe I've just like blocked it out, but like I don't really remember. I just remember like going to the doctor and being like, okay, like they like did bone density scans and like all that sort of stuff. And then just one day they were like, okay, you have celiac disease, did the endoscopy, and then my parents like sat me down and were like, okay, like you can't have gluten anymore. And I was like okay, interesting. I don't know, I just wasn't so into it. I was like, okay, like whatever, I'll do this. But
well, it's crazy you had the stunted growth. For me, I like was always tall, but I just couldn't gain
so tall.
weight.
How tall are you?
5'11".
That's insane.
So I just couldn't gain weight. But my mom, who was diagnosed after me, because again, so much misinformation way back when, like no one knew.
Yeah.
She was really sick in the hospital for like 3 months in 6th grade and stopped growing, and they don't know what was wrong with her. And it was after she was in Europe, because my family's from Hungary, so they just were like, oh, it was, you had some like weird disease, like viral thing, we can't figure it out. And she went back a few years later and they looked at her x-rays and she still had like almost 4 inches on her growth plates. So she's 5'4", and she was meant to be taller.
I always say I'm supposed to be taller
because of celiac. Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's interesting how it affects different people in different ways because
I know.
clearly you were able to keep growing.
Yeah, I was like being stretched this way. My body was like, please feed me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wanted to ask you because I saw on your page that for a while you didn't talk about being gluten-free or having celiac.
Yeah.
Like in like your social life with friends at school, or like what do you mean by that?
Never. I just lived my silent life. Like I just sat there and like ate my alternative foods, didn't mention it. Like people honestly forgot a lot of times. They're like, oh, I literally forget that you're gluten-free. So it's crazy now that it's like it's not part of my personality. I also want to put it out there, like in real life. This is not me. I don't think people realize that like some of the hate comments I get on my videos, they're like, oh, because it's your whole personality. Like, no,
just because you're posting about it doesn't mean
like, right, of course the page is going to have this. Go to my regular Instagram. It's not about this either. Like,
totally.
But yeah, I didn't talk about it a lot just because I got so used to the lifestyle and I also didn't have people to like share my experiences with. So that's why like last night was incredible to fill a room with like 120 people that just wanted to like be there and like all be a part of the community when I lived my whole like experience silently and just didn't have even a single friend until I got to college.
So whenever you got diagnosed, did you just like you didn't tell your friends about it, or how did you approach it? Because I remember like I didn't tell anybody. Like I think like my mom would tell my mom's friends' parents if I was like going to their house to spend the night. And then like I remember I'd be like spending the night at a friend's house and my friend's mom would be like, can you have waffles? And I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Can you have rice? Yeah. I guess like I would tell my friends if there was like a situation like initially off the bat, but I don't really remember the transition process honestly because like a lot of it was my mom. Like I was shy at the time, which is crazy to say because I'm the opposite now, but like my mom went to the teacher and was like, hey, she's gluten-free now. Like went to the school, was like this, that, whatever. Like they took care of me and then she kind of took care of all that and I just didn't talk. So, and then I didn't talk for years. And now here we are on a podcast talking about it.
Yeah. What was it like meeting your first celiac friend in college?
It was honestly so exciting. I still love her. Nina, if you're listening, she was there last night too. It was so cool. I was so excited because UConn also had an incredible like dining program for gluten-free people. And I remember we had to go on like a Moonie because we were looking for sororities, bigs and littles. And she was like bringing me on a date essentially to be my big. And when I found out she was gluten-free, it like changed the whole meal. I don't know why I felt more relaxed. I was like, oh my God, we have so much to talk about. Because I never talked about like anything I deal with anyone. I didn't talk about like the alternatives, like anything. It was just my mom.
Yeah. No, I just totally relate to that because I feel like growing up, I didn't think about it. I just kind of like ate whatever it was and I didn't talk to anyone about it. Like, what's the point? I don't know. So I feel that. And then randomly in college, like in my sorority, so many girls were gluten-free. I think only a couple had celiac, which is still a lot. Like my sorority was smaller, like was maybe a like 40-person pledge class.
Even having more than one is a lot.
No, totally.
Yeah.
And we had like a private chef in our sorority house and like had all
Where'd
these
you
like
go to school?
Northwestern.
Oh my God, amazing.
And we had like all of these like separate like gluten-free meals for all the celiac or like gluten intolerant girlies, and it was like so fun to have that in college.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah, I miss it. I'm like, where's my private chef?
We didn't have one, unfortunately. UConn, lower budget, but they bring one in.
Wait, but I love that you are like hosting all of these gluten-free events. I think it's so cool. They say like, I'm so into the creator economy and like the trends in it and
Me
stuff.
as well.
Okay, love. Do you listen to Colin and Samir's podcast? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've listened to a few episodes, but I haven't listened. I'm not a consistent listener, unfortunately. But being that I work for like an influencer marketing startup, like the creator economy is always on my mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm obsessed with Colin and Samir, but that's besides the point. They like just came out with an episode basically talking about how like the future of the creator economy is these like in-person events and connections because people are craving like not just the community that you build online, but really like developing that community in person. And you've done like such an amazing job of that, especially this year. I love all of the events that you've been hosting. I really wanted to do the gluten-free 5K bagel event, but then it like sold out in 5 minutes.
There will be more. There will be one like every 2 months. So be ready.
Yes. No, I'm so ready. But tell me more about like what inspired you to start doing that and how it's been going?
What inspired me is that I'm insane, and if I just have an idea, I have to do it. Like I
love that.
That was the same thing with my page. Like I cannot do something. I either have to be exceptional at it or recognize that it's not going to be something that I'll ever be good at and either do it leisurely or not touch it. So once I realized this page was like a thing, I was like, we're building on all cylinders now. Like this is going to be a business. Like we're doing everything. So events, the first time I don't know, maybe it started in my apartment as a potluck.
Okay.
And it was super fun. We had this group of like 20 girls, literally stuffed them in my hot apartment in Flatiron.
Oh my gosh. Do you live alone?
No, I have a roommate, and she is also the best because she puts up with all this crap. And let me do this.
Is she gluten-free too?
No, but funny enough, her sister had a baby 2 years ago, and childbirth kicked it into her sister.
Wow.
Wasn't even like no one in the family even knew they had the gene. So that was crazy. Thank God I was there because I have all the resources.
A great resource.
We stuffed everyone in my apartment, and I just remember the feeling I had after that night. I was like, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, scale. We're scaling. We're scaling this. So it started with like pizza making class at Keste, and then we did a Galentine's dinner at Time and Tonic, and after all those went pretty successfully, and they were all a little different, the crawl was really what kicked this into high gear. My first ever crawl was the moment when I was like, this is so incredible, and like this community, everyone was so excited to be there, and like it went super viral, and I just had never kind of received that kind of feedback before from like such a big audience that hadn't even gone to the event, that I was like, we're doing this. So that's kind of how events started. I have people in Missouri DMing me every day, like, next crawl, ? Like,
oh my God.
Someone came from Sweden. It's crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's incredible. That's so cool. Well, I forget NYC is such a destination for celiac and gluten-free food, which is cool because we just get to live here.
Exactly.
But I saw that you just did an event in Miami too, right?
Yes, I did. That was a part of the bagel. So I started a bagel run club with Original Sunshine. I love Original Sunshine. They are the best people ever.
I still haven't tried their products, which is kind of insane of me.
You need to. Because
I've been hearing about them for like a while now.
They're here to take down the bad guys. Oodies. They're here to take down Oodies.
Every person I've had on the podcast has given a negative shout out to Oodies.
Oh, I know. I'm glad we're talking about it. I hate to say it. I think I was the first person to go public about hating Oodies because everyone was scared. Yeah. But like, don't worry. No one works there. The founder sold the company. They literally don't care. No one from Oodies is listening to us because they clearly don't care about their product. They would have taken the feedback into consideration.
True. I love that.
But so I did a bagel run there. It was super fun. We're gonna take this thing on the road. I have a Strava group. Feel free to join it. The link is in my bio.
Wait, so are you a runner too?
Major runner, like.
Wait, no way. Okay, because I feel like you don't post as much about running, but I assume that you ran because of the 5Ks.
Yes.
Okay.
I ran the marathon 2 years ago.
Oh my God, no way.
I run like 10 miles 3 times a week casually.
Wait, we should go on a run together and then do like a bagel stop. I just signed up for the United Half. And I'm running with the Celiac Disease Foundation, like their charity team. So I'm so excited. It's my first half.
Wait, that's so exciting. That's my favorite half ever. It's going to be it's going to be amazing.
Have you done
what got me into running. Yes, the United Half. That was my first ever New York Roadrunners race. So.
Did you start running like after college or did you run it all growing up?
Yeah, I started running after college because I was like, I need a hobby that's not bottomless brunch. What can I do?
Yeah.
And then I actually started to love running, and now I truly like love it. It's the only time when I can unplug, and like besides showering, sleeping, and like running, those are the only times when it's like me and no one can get in my way. It's when I think of my best ideas.
Yeah.
It's just such a great space for me. Yeah. So I love running. Let's run.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Have you like been totally fine with like celiac and running, or have you had any issues with it?
After the marathon, my body kicked into, because a lot of people get sick after running marathons.
Right, even if you don't have an autoimmune disease.
But yeah, if you have an autoimmune disease, it's like insane. I was so ill for days. Like, thought I had mono, thought I could have had mono in the past, like all of these crazy things. And it was just my body being like, what did you just do and why?
No, literally.
Do you have responses when you run?
So I did in high school. I ran on the cross country team in high school, and I had really bad joint pain, and I didn't realize it, but I think it was totally because of celiac. And like, I was so bad about cross-contamination then, but I was having these like major knee issues. I was like, I'm in so much pain. Like I can't run. And I would go to the doctor, like the orthopedic people, my physical therapist, and they were like, there's nothing wrong with your knee. Like, we don't know what to tell you. But now that I'm like very like disciplined, I don't have those issues. So I was just curious if you had any experiences like that.
That does make sense, because every time I get gluten, like joint pain and brain fog is like one of the worst symptoms, honestly, because it lasts for days. So if you're doing that constantly and running, I can't imagine that like you were probably like
totally. No, and I was definitely having gluten every day. Like I was eating Rice Krispie treats because I thought they were gluten-free. Like every day for lunch. Mills. Yeah. But anywho, I saw on your Instagram, and one thing I just love about your content, I mean, I was telling you this earlier, you're just so authentic in yourself and just so open about your experiences. I saw that you shared that, I forget exactly how old you were, maybe in your very early 20s, that you were at like a social event and you just ate like normal pasta because you like...
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so not proud of this, obviously, and now like
No, but it's like so relatable. Like I think everyone with celiac disease has been there at some point.
So I've done it so many times, like in college, as I was telling you, and I didn't feel symptoms, but the last time I did it like for real was Mizzi pasta. It was probably 3 years ago now, and I got there. And at the time, I was dealing with a suspected tree nut allergy, but I didn't have one. It was actually Aquaphor. Fun. The lanolin in it is bad for me. So, but
okay. But it's gluten-free, right?
It's gluten-free.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just
I was
separate
about
allergies.
to be like,
Sorry
I
to
use
scare
Aquaphor
you.
all the time.
Oh my God, no, you're good.
Okay, cool.
But all of the like gluten-free options were very nut forward, and I was literally like, what am I supposed to eat here?
Totally.
And it looked so good, so I just ate the pasta. I ate the pasta and I went home, and I was 3rd trimester pregnancy, and it wasn't worth it, and I had cystic acne and I felt like crap. And telling you now, I ate the pasta there and I ate the pasta at Palma, and the gluten-free pasta at Palma is better than that pasta in my opinion. I think it's very overrated, and I think unfortunately for anyone listening not gluten-free, the tortelli is better than that viral ravioli. But it wasn't worth it. And I did it because in this moment, I didn't want to be difficult. It was a hard reservation to get. I didn't want to leave. I was there with my friend. And it just felt like the only option, honestly, because it was that or starve, basically. Or like have like 8 plates of $30 Brussels sprouts and tell yourself that it's fine.
No, totally. I mean, I think we've all been there. Like, I remember me in college, like, I had Smirnoff Ice all the time, which is not gluten-free. Like,
yeah, what do you do when you get ice?
So
it's
dumb.
Like, guys, I can't. Like, you're a baby. No, I can't. I literally can't.
Exactly. So it's like, I think it's just relatable to like share that, because I think like there's so much guilt that comes from like after like having those experiences. And I think like, you know, everyone's on their own journey and we'll figure it out. But now like, I would never. I'm like so disciplined because I'm like so aware of like how the symptoms affect me. But especially when you're young, it's like everyone has to go through that, I think.
It's hard. Yeah. It's so easy to just like, because at the time you're obviously not going to feel the effect when you eat it. So it's like in this exact moment, it's fine. And then later on, like, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll just feel like crap. Like, no, you're going to feel really bad.
Totally. Yeah. Or even if you're asymptomatic, like, you'll just
you don't know what's
have
happening.
Issues going on later. So it really takes that discipline.
Exactly.
Like, even if you're not going to have something happen to you that night, like something will happen to you eventually. So
I think that's a lot of what people don't understand too, is a lot of celiac is like discipline, unfortunately, because there's so many things we want to do. And this is something that does frustrate me about the gluten-free space a little bit, is that I feel like some people out there are just fighting to be the most gluten-free person on the internet and like be so negative about it and like fight people on like everything they do and not trusting them. And it's honestly gotten like combative and a little negative. Like it feels like the gluten-free space has ebbed and flowed into like this horrible negativity, because obviously it's important to like share the things we go through. But that was also a reason why I wanted to start my page, is that I feel like everyone out there is just always so negative. And it's like, yeah, it sucks, but you cannot change it. Like you actually cannot. Totally, maybe down the road science can, but you cannot. And it's like, I feel like everyone's just trying to like point fingers and like be the most gluten-free and like fight about the things that are bad instead of like embracing the things that we can change for ourselves.
Totally. Or I love the point that you mentioned about like discipline, because I do think like having celiac disease has taught me discipline, and it's like just a life lesson that I've learned, and I apply it to other aspects of my life, like with work and stuff. So I think
exactly.
Like, it's just a part of who we are. And like,
especially when you're drunk at 3 a.m. and you're looking at your friend eating that slice, like that is the ultimate discipline in New York City.
Totally.
I was standing outside of Joe's Pizza watching my friends munch. Oh my God. Or when I see a photo of that Lindustry slice, I'm like, please, just one bite? Like, can we do it?
Yeah.
It's so hard. That's like the ultimate discipline moment. It's 3 a.m. drunk in New York as a celiac.
No, totally. Or like the other night I was ordering sushi with someone and like it came in like one tray, but like I like ordered a sushi roll that was supposed to be like gluten-free, but then it came in a tray with the other sushi that wasn't gluten-free.
And
so
the crunches were probably going around and the sauce.
Exactly. Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is just like a discipline moment. Like I can't eat this. And like, yeah, it sucks, but like whatever. Like it's fine.
Yeah. Just eat the $30.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I wanted to get into more about like how you started your page. Like when exactly did you start? Because you've had like just amazing growth.
So I started my page as a joke. It was originally supposed to actually rate nachos.
I didn't know that.
I used to have
That's
this
so funny.
bit in college where I would act like Dave Portnoy and I'd make all my friends listen and then I'd take a bite of the nacho and rate the nacho. Mm-hmm. So originally the page was Not Your Problem. I didn't do a single nacho review. End of 2023 is when I started like making content, but it was just like photos. Like I would literally take a photo and it would be bad and it would get like 50 likes and I was like, gluten-free water. And and like some random like food NYC 123 would comment nice and I'd be like, okay, what am I doing? And it was mostly just my friends following me. And then I started realizing that like there were very small brands, but like brands were reaching out and like I got one question on a post I posted and I was like, okay, wait, this is a real question. Like someone's actually interested in this for the gluten-free aspect. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Then I realized there was a whole world of this. I had no idea. I just thought there was like sister snacking in New York City and that was it. Yeah. I realized there was a whole world of this and there was like gluten-free content creators. Like I remember my friend in college followed Phil Hates Gluten. Love you, Phil. I didn't even know who that was until I entered the space because I didn't really buy into the whole gluten-free. Like I felt it was negative. I didn't want to listen to it because I just didn't know. And then I posted my first ever restaurant review video January of 2024.
Okay.
It was horrible. It's deleted. It's disgusting. But that's when I started realizing like long form was an interesting way to like highlight these things. And once I started making reels, like my first viral video, I had a little situationship breakup that made me like reevaluate my whole life. February.
We've all been there.
I decided I was rebranding like my entire life. I got a new corporate job. I got a new everything. I was like, I'm tired of living this life in a great city that I hate. Yeah. And I was like, I'm doing this for real. So I committed to posting 3 times a week and just seeing how it went. And I really started getting into it. My first ever viral video was last June. It was the Prince Street Pizza video. And that was when I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Like that was the moment. I was like, this is now real. And ever since then, I've just been so consistent, just building like all the time. Like,
do you have a rule? Like, do you post at least one video every day or?
No, that's like way too much. But I've gotten towards like 4 to 5 a week now. I try to maintain like 4 a week just because I feel like that's necessary to keep the growth going. But I research tirelessly. I just think that there's a whole world out there that comes to New York and thinks there's Modern Bread, Senza, Wild, and like Friedman's, and that's it. Love all of those places, but there are so many more that people don't know about.
Totally.
And I don't know. I don't know how this became what it is. It's like crazy. Things that happen to me, I'm like, what is happening? I don't know. Someone like tell me. And it's exhausting. It's tireless. People don't realize like I wake up every day at 4:30 to make these posts for you. 4:35 to do this on top of my full-time job, but
And every time you go out to eat, do you make a video or do you have some like nights where you're just like, okay, I'm just like gonna enjoy this restaurant with friends?
Yeah, no, honestly, I've been like really leaning into that lately. Like I love going out and not having to make content. It's so much fun. I'm like,
I know.
This is the good of it all, especially during holiday season. It's so exciting to like get together with my friends and just be like, I'm just going to dinner. Like I'm going to Peter Luger tomorrow with some of my greatest friends. Camera, and I'm just eating that steak. It's gonna be great. So
no, I love that. I vlog on YouTube more like lifestyle. And whenever I like do something and I don't vlog it, I'm like, this is the best.
I'm like, we're really just the actual brain rot of the world. Like I hate saying it too because I am like so anti-technology in a way, but I rely on it. So
totally, yeah. Wait, okay, love. So whenever you do go to a restaurant and you are doing like a review for your page, what is like what you look for as someone with celiac from the restaurant?
Well, first of all, before I go to any restaurant, I probably know everything because I message them, I call them. Sometimes I pull up in person if I'm not getting responses and I really want to know. But most of the time I'll like know from my conversations. But obviously, like if there's a fryer, say fryer. If there's not, then like I can't have those things. I'll basically ask them what the gluten-free options are and like what their procedures are in the kitchen. Like if it's a pizza place, like are you changing all of the tools? Where is it prepared? Where's the dough made? Are you making it yourself? Like all those types of things. Same thing with all ingredients and like griddles. Like is the griddle shared? Is the fryer shared? Is the pasta water its own water? That's the number one thing. Honestly, I need to start saying this in my posts because people don't realize you have to ask for your own water. That's like not something they'll do for you automatically just because you say you're gluten-free. You have to be like, hey, can you please cook it in its own water?
I forget about that, honestly. Like whenever I order gluten-free pasta, I say like I have a gluten allergy because that's just kind of what I say. But I don't think I've ever made a point to ask. Like I guess I just assume that means that they'll like cook it in the right way. But I should ask about the water.
You never know. Sometimes they will, but I don't trust anyone. Trust no one in the city or this world.
Yeah. No, totally. That's such a good reminder. Honestly, I feel like lately whenever I go to a place that has like gluten-free pizza or gluten-free pasta, I don't get it because I'm like,
it's just pizza's always a dicey one. Pizza is a really dicey one. Never, unless it's like a Keste or Don Antonio, like I always just go in person. Ordering it online is never the way to go because there are some places that I know that will do it the right way if you're there and not if you're not. So it's like I have to go.
No, for sure. Has like having celiac changed at all? Like your social life, your dating life, or I mean, I know you have such a positive mindset on it, but like, is there anything that
I don't think so at all. The only thing that's changed is the fact that I made this page and now I don't have time for either of those things. But like, I personally don't let it affect any of them. I don't think it's embarrassing to be gluten-free. And if you think it's embarrassing, then like you probably work for Barstool. Like, they post so much shit about gluten-free all the time. It's crazy. And I'm like,
do they? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, receding hairline, calm down. Like they deleted the video, by the way. That one, that was really crazy. I'm not gonna say his name because like I'm not gonna be just as mean, but it was a really mean video. And
just like making fun of people that are gluten-free, basically.
Yeah, like what if you go to a date and a chick is gluten-free?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
I've seen stuff like that.
All right, calm down. Like, is this really affecting you that much? Because I think we have to like go to therapy and fix other things first.
Yeah, totally. No, I love that mentality. I saw you had a viral video where you were on a JetBlue flight and you asked the flight attendant.
Oh my God. I just turned the comments off on that again. I've never gotten so much hate, but I'm not deleting it.
Wait, so tell us, for people that haven't seen the video, what you said in the video and what the experience
was. So I just asked my flight attendant on my JetBlue flight if they had any gluten-free options. And I was actually filming this encounter to just show that like there's not a lot of gluten-free options. But he pulled a wild card out and he was like, yeah, we have goldfish and they're gluten-free. So I was like, oh, unexpected content. I immediately posted it from my plane seat. But obviously this is something people don't realize when you cut videos. Like I'm making this the most engaging it can be. I was very respectful to him. Like there was a lot of in-between fluff in that conversation where I was like, okay, no worries. And I like explained to him like goldfish do have gluten. Like that is not a gluten-free option. Like, but totally fine. If you guys don't have anything, like all good. Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
But everyone's like, your tone, this, that, whatever. And yeah, I have the Jersey girl vocal fry, as you guys can hear in my voice. So like sometimes I come off a little not respectful, but I was like, our interaction was very good. We both left like basically virtually dapping each other up. Like it was just like a mutual understanding of I have nothing for you. And everyone in the comments was like, fake disease, you should die. If a goldfish can kill you, then like you don't belong here. Like, oh the entitlement for me. The world doesn't cater to you. Like kosher, this, that, like dairy free. Like what are you next? Not gonna eat red meat? Like no, that's an elective decision. This is a health one.
Right, yeah.
Pack your own snacks. Like obviously I could have done that. That's not the point.
Right. No, totally.
So yeah, that video made me crash out. I was very upset. That's the first time I've actually been genuinely very upset by the comment section of my videos.
Yeah. Well, it's hard like seeing comments where people just don't understand or have misinformation. Like I remember I saw this one like Well, I've seen a bunch of weird comments on like the clips that I post on TikTok from the podcast, but I remember like seeing this one being like basically saying that like people with celiac disease should just eat gluten anyway, and then like natural selection will like play its course. I'm like, that's insane for someone to comment that. Like,
yeah, the internet's a crazy place when people like think that you can't track their IP, but you can. Like, yeah. I think people also need to realize that like your job is at stake every time you post a weird comment like that. Like,
yeah, totally. Like, why are you spending your time making those comments?
But it's just like so much misinformation. Yeah, everyone just views the gluten-free world as like these oversensitive people who are frail and like can't defend themselves. Like, they literally imagine these like little like limp people. It's like, no. We're athletes. We're everything else. Like, no, we don't want
running
this.
A marathon.
We didn't ask for this. Like, do you think I asked for this? No. And it's always when someone in their life gets diagnosed that they realize. I get DMs and comments like that all the time. Like, I didn't realize. Even on that video, I got a few comments being like, guys, like, I understand, but like, once you have someone in your life, you realize. And it's like, yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It's like the difference between this isn't a choice. This is just like a health need that I need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wanted to ask because I saw on your page that you started an NYC gluten-free itinerary service.
Yes.
Tell us about that, and how can our listeners sign up?
So I would just receive crazy DM requests that would be like, hi, I can't have legumes or air or gluten or anything. And I also am really scared of the daylight, but I'm staying in Times Square. So can you recommend 12 places for my trip? That's 12 days. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was doing all that for free for so long. And I was like,
that's a lot in the DMs.
I cannot keep up this volume anymore. Like, it was getting too much. So one morning I was on a run and I just decided to make this.
Yeah.
But as I told you, I have no chill. I did this at a time when I had no time on my hands, and I ended up getting 30 requests that day, and I had to do them all. It was very scary.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, if you guys fill out the form in my bio, I ask you other restrictions, how many people you're with, where you're staying. I can completely customize a little guide for you for anything you want to do in the city.
I love that. And I feel like you know all the restaurants, so
I do.
You're the perfect person for this.
I just reached 800 on Belly. It was a big day.
I'm obsessed with your belly, by the way. I'm like always stalking it.
Thank you. I know I'm very honest on there. I will rip it.
No, that's the content that we need.
I know the other day I was at Studio 151 and I posted the photo of the naked lady on the wall. I'm like, I want that to be me. Oops.
No, I love that. Okay, this has been such a fun conversation. I want to end with a little rapid fire. Okay, what's one thing you wish people understood about living with celiac disease?
Oh my God, rapid and not being rapid.
I know it's hard.
I didn't choose this. That's my answer. I didn't choose this.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, like they're like, we didn't choose this. I didn't either.
No, totally. I agree. What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone newly diagnosed with celiac?
It actually does get better. I promise. It literally gets better just in time and information. Like, there's a lot of cool shit out there for us, especially in New York.
Yeah.
So if you're gluten-free and feeling hopeless, move to New York.
Could not recommend that more. What's one thing you wish restaurants knew about serving people with celiac disease?
You not marking your menu is hurting you more than the customer because, number one, you're wasting time in explaining the gluten-free options to them. And number two, I know that it costs you more to provide these options. So why are you not putting it on your menu? Makes no sense.
Yeah, Gabby and I were talking about
Zero
that.
Sense. Like,
yeah,
it's literally costing you more money to stock these products. And it's causing you more time and pain to go back and forth between the kitchen and the consumer. Mm-hmm. And phone lines, etc. Like, post the menu on your website, have it marked, have all the options available. Like, just saves everyone time and money.
Yeah, totally. No, I agree. There's so many places that have gluten-free options but don't mark it. And
I get that comment. It's like, it's not on the menu. Okay, well, I went. But, like, I can't help that. It's the restaurant's fault.
Yeah, totally. All right, restaurants, take that advice.
Hello.
Okay, best gluten-free pizza in New York City.
Castay. Pizza box for thick crust, though. I really like their thick crust. They also use Caputo. It's always the Caputo. Sorry, wheat allergy friends, but
I haven't tried that. And what is Caputo? Should I know that?
It's the new future of gluten-free. No,
okay.
It's the whole like gluten removed wheat situation. Okay. So everyone in Italy uses Caputo flour for the most part.
Castay, right.
Castay's always used it. Don Antonio, same thing. But a lot of places are using it more and more for like everything.
So it's wheat without the gluten.
Yeah, that's what original Sunshine Bagels are too. It's like truly the future of the gluten-free space, and it really stinks for the wheat-free people. But like that's why I'm so adamant too. I think wheat and gluten if you have a wheat allergy, you should not say you're gluten-free unless you are actually allergic to all of the umbrella things, because you will then potentially be fed wheat.
Right. Yeah, there is a
because
difference.
there's gluten-removed wheat in so many things now. Like
buckwheat, is that sort of similar?
Buckwheat too. Yeah, same thing, where it's like if you have a wheat allergy, you can't have this. That's why I'm like, the future of the gluten-free space is gluten-removed wheat. So if you are gluten-free, you should say gluten-free. If you're wheat-free, you should say wheat-free. If you're both, you should say both. Same for products. Like, they need to distinguish these things.
No, they really do. And I think that just helps with other people understanding it too. Because it's like sometimes I'm guilty of this. Like, I'll just be like, oh yeah, I basically just like can't have wheat. If someone's like, what does that mean? But that's not what it is. And I'm just kind of like affirming everyone in society's misinformation whenever I simplify it. But sometimes it's just easier to say that in the moment. So.
Yeah, no, science is going beyond us. So
yeah, wow, okay. Best gluten-free date night spot in New York City. I know you said you're not dating, but
Palma,
okay.
best space period.
I have not been
best
there.
Date night.
Best gluten-free dessert in New York City.
Going with the Bub's Bakery cinnamon roll.
Okay, love.
Yeah, it's just so good. I could have like 3 a day.
I still need to go.
You do. I'm telling you,
broken record.
It's that good. Like, it's not even like just gluten-free. It's all the things free. And that's why it's so amazing to me, because it beats all the gluten-free cinnamon rolls I've had. So it's like you don't have all these other things.
What neighborhood is it in again?
NoHo. It's next to Funny Face Bakery.
Oh, okay.
Across from the bad gluten-free cookie, which is Levain.
Oh, okay.
It's really bad.
Most overrated gluten-free spot in New York City is at the Levain cookie. And you also don't have to answer this one.
Okay, it's still good.
Okay.
But I think people just need to explore more. The original Sons of Gluten. I don't know. Like, everyone puts it on such a pedestal, and I think everyone needs to experience it once in their life. But there's just so many places at better price points that are doing the same or better.
Totally. And accept credit cards. I remember
they accept Amex now.
Okay, yeah, I know they accept Amex. I remember when I first moved to the city, I for my birthday, me and my friends go to Sons of Gluten, and they all hated it. I felt so bad. After that experience, I was like, I need to not go to these gluten-free places
I know,
anymore.
And I feel bad. And I still love they still have good stuff, and I always appreciate the pioneers for leading the movement, but it's just everyone in my comments too. One time I posted underrated spots to go in New York City, and everyone's commenting, have you been at Sons of Gluten? I was like, did you not read the caption? I know you know about Sons of Gluten. That's why I'm here to tell you about the other things.
And it is such a good spot, but yeah. Valid. Okay, this was so fun. Where can listeners follow you? Give us all the handles.
I'm NYC But Gluten-Free on all handles. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. No one likes my videos on YouTube. So
do you have long form
show me some
YouTube
love.
videos?
No, I don't have time for that.
Okay, but you post your
probably
shorts.
Die. I post my shorts.
Okay.
Everyone told me shorts is where it's at. I'm like, really? Because I'm getting 40 likes and I have 500,000 on Instagram. So what's going on?
It takes time.
We'll see.
Love that. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
So fun. Thank you guys for listening. I will catch you here next Wednesday for another episode of Celiac Diaries. Don't forget to send the episode to a friend that also has celiac or is gluten-free or an autoimmune disease. And don't forget to also give us a 5-star review and follow the show. Bye. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Celiac Diaries podcast. I hope you're leaving with a tip, a story, or just a little inspiration to live your best life with celiac. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a review. I'll see you back here next Wednesday. And until then, stay well.